enduring spirit of the African diaspora,
Yeah.
reminding us that even in empty,
Yeah.
their ancestors are present, their history unbroken.
Just like Jones is reclaiming the narrative,
Exactly.
giving voice to the silence, and reminding us that even in a space designed to erase identity, Black history, Black culture persists.
Right, and he does this so vividly through flashbacks to...
Welcome to Witter. Who Has Time to Read? The podcast that brings deep dives for busy minds. Listen to AI hosts Jane and Dane and get ready to unpack the world's most captivating books in just a fraction of the time. Whether commuting, working out, or just squeezing in a quick break, we deliver key insights, thought-provoking themes, and takeaways you can carry into your day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Plus, use our links in the description to purchase this book. Your support helps us bring more engaging book discussions to you. Listen and follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Who has time to read? You do, with Witter.
Welcome back to Witter Deep Dives for Busy Minds.
Yeah.
You know, this month we are celebrating Black voices and stories in honor of Black History Month.
Yeah.
And today we're diving into a really remarkable debut novel,
It is.
The Prophets,
Right.
by Robert Jones Jr.
Yeah, it's a book that really stays with you.
Yeah.
Jones takes us on this journey to the antebellum South, to a plantation called Halifax, or Empty, as the enslaved people call it.
Empty.
And right into the heart of a forbidden love affair.
Wow.
Between two enslaved men, Isaiah and Samuel.
Empty, what a powerful name.
Right.
It speaks volumes about the dehumanizing nature of slavery, stripping away identity and replacing it with emptiness.
Absolutely.
And within this emptiness, this stolen world, Isaiah and Samuel's love becomes a beacon, a way of reclaiming their humanity.
It's a testament to the enduring power of love and connection, even in the face of unimaginable brutality.
Yeah.
But Jones doesn't stop there. He weaves a rich tapestry of experiences by giving voice to the other enslaved people on Empty.
It's really fascinating how each character represents a different facet of the Black experience under slavery. We meet Maggie,
Right.
the plantation cook.
Yes.
Essie, a young woman forced into a horrifying situation.
Oh, yeah.
And Amos, a man wrestling with the contradictions of faith and captivity.
Absolutely.
Maggie, for instance, embodies a quiet but potent form of resistance.
Yeah.
Her act of using nightshade to poison the white baby she's forced to nurse is chilling.
Yeah.
But it speaks to the limited options available to enslaved women.
Right.
What strikes you about her choice?
I think it's a stark reminder that resistance wasn't always about grand gestures.
Right.
Sometimes it was about survival.
Yeah.
About carving out tiny spaces of agency
Right.
within a system that denied them. Maggie's choice is a testament to her strength and also a heartbreaking indictment of the system that pushed her to such extremes. Her story forces us to confront the brutal realities faced by enslaved women who were often subjected to sexual violence and forced into motherhood against their will.
It's a stark reminder that for Maggie and so many others, silence wasn't compliance. It was a strategy for survival.
Right.
Then there's Amos.
Yeah.
His journey is so complex. He seeks solace in Christianity.
Right.
But how can faith coexist with the horrors he witnesses daily?
Amos grapples with the question that haunted many enslaved people, how to reconcile faith with a system that uses religion to justify their oppression.
Right.
His internal conflict embodies the tension between finding hope and confronting the hypocrisy of the very institution that promises salvation.
It makes you wonder, how can one find solace in a faith wielded as a weapon against your very existence?
Yeah, and it's a struggle that many continue to grapple with today as they navigate the complexities of faith and social justice within institutions that have historically been complicit in oppression.
And speaking of challenging the existing power structure, we can't forget Adam, a light-skinned enslaved man serving as Paul's coachman.
Right.
He exists in this liminal space caught between two worlds, but belonging to neither fully.
Adam's story exposes the insidious ways that racism fractures identity.
Yes.
Especially within a system built on colorism.
Right.
He's constantly reminded of his blackness, even as he's granted a semblance of proximity to whiteness. That encounter with Paul in Vicksburg is particularly unsettling.
It is.
It reveals this undercurrent of fear and desire that permeates the master-slave relationship, a dynamic that transcends simple power dynamics and speaks to the deep psychological impact of the system on both the enslaved and the enslavers.
Yeah, it's as though their shared humanity is both recognized and denied in the same breath, leaving Adam in this precarious, almost ghostly in-between space.
Right.
And then woven through these very personal stories are these ancestral voices. They appear throughout the novel, offering commentary, providing historical and spiritual context. What do you make of their role in this story?
Well, these voices are more than just narrators. They're a direct challenge to the historical erasure that slavery sought to inflict.
Wow.
They remind us that Black history didn't begin with enslavement.
Right.
They speak to a rich cultural heritage, connecting the characters' experiences to a lineage that stretches back to pre-colonial Africa. These voices are a testament to the enduring spirit of the African diaspora, reminding us that even in empty, their ancestors are present, their history unbroken.
It's like Jones is reclaiming the narrative.
Exactly.
Giving voice to the silence and reminding us that even in a space designed to erase identity, Black history, Black culture persists.
Right. And he does this so vividly through flashbacks to the Kasungo kingdom in pre-colonial Africa. We see a thriving culture with King Akusa at its helm, a stark contrast to the bleak existence on empty.
Right.
It makes the loss inflicted by slavery. Yeah.
A theft of not just lives, but entire ways of life, all the more profound.
It's a powerful way to show that what was stolen wasn't just labor, but a rich tapestry of culture, tradition, and connection.
Yeah.
This juxtaposition highlights the profound impact of forced displacement, severing individuals from their ancestral roots and disrupting the flow of cultural knowledge and traditions.
And that disruption, that attempted erasure, is further emphasized by the treatment of Isaiah and Samuel's love, deemed unnatural and ungodly by the enslavers. Their love is a direct threat to the very foundation of the slave system. The way their relationship is demonized and punished shows how white supremacy sought to control and define Blackness in all its forms, including love and intimacy.
It's a reminder that the dehumanization inherent in slavery extended beyond physical brutality, seeking to control even the most personal expressions of selfhood.
Absolutely.
But amidst this oppression, amidst the attempts to erase their identities and their history, these characters find ways to resist. It's in those acts of resistance, whether grand or subtle, that we see the enduring spirit of the Black experience.
And there are so many more layers to uncover. I'm especially intrigued by Ruth, the plantation mistress. She seems to crave connection, even wandering the plantation at night, seeking something she can't find within the confines of her own world. And then there's Timothy, the plantation owner's son, whose fascination with Isaiah exposes the twisted power dynamics at play. We'll delve into their complexities and what they reveal about the hypocrisy of the system when we return for part 2 of our deep dive into the prophets.
Sounds good. Yeah, it's interesting you bring up Ruth and Timothy. They represent these cracks in the facade of white supremacy, each in their own way. Ruth, despite her position of power, seems to be searching for something beyond the stifling confines of her role as a mistress. Her nighttime wanderings, those moments where she's almost communing with the land, suggest a yearning for connection, perhaps even a recognition of the emptiness that permeates the system she benefits from.
It makes you wonder, is she seeking solace? Or is it a form of guilt, an attempt to reconcile with the land that holds the history of the people she's complicit in oppressing? And then there's Timothy wrestling with his own forbidden desires. His artistic interest in Isaiah isn't just about aesthetics. It's a challenge to the rigid social hierarchy.
Timothy's attraction to Isaiah lays bare the hypocrisy of a system built on white supremacy. He's drawn to Isaiah's beauty, his physicality, even as he participates in a system that dehumanizes Black people. It's a reminder that desire and oppression can coexist, often in unsettling and violent ways. This complexity forces us to consider how internalized racism warps even the most intimate experiences.
It's a reminder that even those who seem to benefit from the system are often trapped by its contradictions. And it begs the question, can true art exist within a system built on such profound inequality? Can beauty be truly appreciated when it's inextricably linked to power and control?
These are questions that Jones invites us to ponder. And as we grapple with those questions, we're brought back to the central love story of Isaiah and Samuel. Their relationship is a defiant act of self-expression, a reclaiming of agency in a world that seeks to deny them that very basic human right.
It's such a powerful testament to the enduring power of love. Even in the face of unimaginable brutality, their love for each other is a source of strength and hope. But as the story progresses, that hope seems to dwindle.
Yeah.
We can't forget the tragic climax of the story, Samuel's brutal lynching.
Right. It's a scene that's difficult to read, a stark reminder of the horrific violence that was, and sadly still is, an all too common reality for Black people.
The brutality of Samuel's death is a gut punch, a stark reminder that love, even in its purest forms, cannot always overcome the forces of hatred and oppression.
Mm-hmm.
But even in that moment of immense loss, Jones offers a glimmer of hope. When Samuel transforms into fireflies, it's not just a beautiful image, it's a powerful symbol of transcendence, of the enduring spirit that cannot be extinguished.
Yeah, I felt that transformation deeply.
Yeah.
It's as though his spirit, his very essence, refuses to be contained by the violence inflicted upon him. It's a beautiful, almost spiritual way of saying that even in death, his spirit persists.
But it also begs the question, is that enough?
Mm-hmm.
Is it truly a victory when the price of freedom is death?
That's a question that haunts the narrative.
Yeah.
While Samuel's transformation offers a sense of spiritual liberation, it also underscores the heavy cost of freedom. And we can't forget Isaiah, who survives but escapes into a future filled with uncertainty and loss.
Yeah.
His escape is a testament to resilience.
Right.
But it's also a reminder of the profound trauma and isolation inflicted by slavery, ripping apart families and communities.
It's heartbreaking to think about Isaiah facing that future alone, carrying the memory of Samuel and the weight of their shared love. It's a hollow victory, a freedom bought at an unimaginable price. And it makes you wonder, what does true liberation look like when the scars of oppression run so deep?
That's a question we all must grapple with, especially as we reflect on the legacies of slavery that continue to shape our world today. Jones doesn't offer easy answers.
Right.
But he does leave us with a powerful message from the ancestors.
Okay.
Love. That is the living word.
Wow.
It's a reminder that amidst the horrors of slavery, love persisted, a testament to the strength and resilience of the human spirit.
It's a message that resonates deeply, especially in a world that can often feel consumed by darkness and division.
Yeah.
It reminds us that even in the face of unimaginable suffering, love can be a source of hope, a way of reclaiming our humanity and a catalyst for change.
Absolutely.
But it also makes me wonder, how can we ensure that love doesn't just exist as a fleeting emotion, but as a force for tangible change? That's the core question, isn't it? How do we translate love into action, into a force that dismantles the systems that perpetuate injustice? The prophets forces us to confront the ongoing legacy of slavery, the ways it continues to shape our world, our relationships, even our understanding of love itself.
It's a reminder that the fight for liberation is far from over. The echoes of empty resonate in the systemic racism, economic inequality, and ongoing struggle for racial justice that we see today. Jones challenges us to connect those dots, to see how the past is inextricably woven into the fabric of the present.
And it's not just about recognizing those connections, it's about actively working to break those cycles of oppression.
Absolutely.
Makes me think about the ancestral voices in the novel. They're not just observers, they're active participants in the story, guiding, commenting, reminding us of the resilience and unbroken lineage of Black people. What do you think those voices are calling us to do, not just as readers, but as individuals navigating a world still grappling with the legacies of slavery?
I think they call us to remember, to honor the past, and to carry those stories forward. They urge us to recognize the power of our own ancestral connections, to seek out those narratives that have been silenced or marginalized. For those of us who descend from those who were enslaved, it's about reclaiming our history, our heritage, and understanding how those legacies shape our present.
And for those who don't share that direct lineage, it's about recognizing our own complicity. Understanding how we benefit from systems built on oppression. And committing to dismantling those systems.
Exactly. It's about using our voices, our platforms, our resources to amplify the stories and experiences of those who have been marginalized. It's about challenging the narratives that perpetuate injustice and creating space for new stories to emerge.
It's about turning love into action, into a force that dismantles those systems of oppression and builds a world where love in all its forms can truly flourish.
Absolutely.
The Prophets isn't just a story, it's a call to action. It's an invitation to delve deeper, to confront uncomfortable truths, and to commit to creating a world that honors the legacies of those who came before us.
It's a powerful reminder that Black history is not just a month on the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
It's an ongoing narrative that shapes our present and demands our attention, our empathy, and our action.
And as we wrap up our deep dive into this extraordinary novel, we encourage you to seek out other works by Black authors.
Absolutely.
Not just during Black History Month, but all year round.
These stories offer a window into the complexities of the Black experience. They challenge our perspectives and inspire us to build a more just and equitable world.
So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those conversations going.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the prophets. Until next time, keep those minds busy and those hearts open.
Thanks for listening to Witter, Who Has Time to Read, produced by One Media. Please support the author by purchasing the book or audiobook using the link in the description. It's a great way to help keep the art of writing alive. And stay in the loop. Subscribe to our newsletter for updates on weekly deep dives. And don't forget to share your thoughts or suggest our next deep dive at witterpodcast@gmail.com.